There we are. We are on the air.
On the air. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Susie.
It's Suzilla.
We're here at Susie Health Solutions.
Yes, as we usually are.
As we usually are, we are the full-service enrollment center located in Wenatchee, Washington.
Yay.
There are 11 enrollment centers spread throughout the state of Washington.
Yes, and the enrollment centers are specially contracted groups to help people enroll in the Affordable Care Act plans.
Correct. We've got special rules. We're not allowed. For instance, we're not allowed to charge fees.
Mm-hmm.
We can show every single plan out there
and discuss them
fully.
Because we're brokers.
There are a couple that are not brokers.
Right. A navigator is an assister.
Correct.
And what navigators do is they will help you get your application set up. They will show you the different plans and let you make your decision.
Correct.
They're not, because we have licenses with the state of Washington, we can advise.
Yeah, we can even recommend. We can recommend.
We can advise and recommend, mm-hmm. Whereas a navigator is not supposed to do that.
Correct. And we also, one of the things that brokers are able to do is have plans that are off. Right. Exchange.
We have off exchange options.
For example, if someone needs a Medicare plan, mm-hmm. if someone's looking at life insurance, if someone mm-hmm. needs a dental or vision that's not offered on the health plan finder. Mm-hmm. Some of us have really rounded out what we can do, and we've become like little individual HR departments.
You called us that before. I find that very amusing.
It's very true, though, because in the day of the gig economy, you need an HR department.
Kind of. And, well, the thing is, a lot of HR departments, even for big corporations, they don't have the I don't know.
They don't have the bandwidth.
They don't have the bandwidth to do what we do because they have so many other things they have to take care of. Mm-hmm. A lot of them, the ones that I'm aware of, the people I know that work HR, they are doing everything they can just to make sure that everyone gets their hiring packets and some level of training, and make sure that everyone's got their sexual harassment training, mm-hmm. and all those other. HR is a lot of little details.
Oh yeah,
and insurance is one of them, mm-hmm. and we're glad to help people round that out.
Yeah, when I was at Banta doing the big corporate thing. Mm-hmm. Strangely, that was the first thing that was pulled from us was our HR.
They got rid of HR?
They got rid of HR.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
When you were at Safeway, you didn't have...
There was no local HR. There was a phone number you could call, but I'm not sure. I never really had much luck with them.
Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things that corporate-wise is kind of remoted out. Yeah. You'll usually see a female.
Yes.
And that's kind of where we're at is point blank. There are a lot of females make the decisions in the household when it comes to health insurance.
That's often true. Well, women are, if you're going to be stereotypical, are the caretakers.
Okay.
And so a lot of times we're the ones that make these decisions because it's part of taking care of the family.
Mm-hmm. And we've had more than one mom grab their son by the ear.
Oh, yeah.
And drag them in here and say, you're going to talk to...
It's rarely the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
It does happen, but it's not as common as grab the son and drag him in by the 28-year-old son and drag him in and say, go talk to this person.
Go take care of business.
Yeah, go be an adult.
Yeah, and it's no big deal because we walk people through and break it down into simple terms, mm-hmm. and kind of the lessons that you should have had in high school.
Yeah, that's always fun. The thing is, when we were in high school, this didn't even exist, so never mind that.
Well, insurance existed.
Well, not the way we're doing it.
Not the way we're doing it, because it's only been, this is our 9th year.
Yeah, exactly. But there was still health insurance, but it was usually from an employer.
There was an individual market. We did see a collapse in Washington State when they required it without a mandate.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mess.
That was a bit of a failure. This time around, we're running without a mandate, which some people are surprised at. Yeah. And we actually got a better rate of insured for health insurance than there is for people driving around without car insurance.
Well, you think that might have something to do with the fact that we're in the middle of a plague?
No,
You don't think so?
because this was before that.
Oh, well, there you are then.
I want to say it used to be. It's been a while since I looked at the numbers. I want to say it was like 1 in 5 is driving around underinsured or not insured in Washington State. It's a horrible number. We're looking at, they never really gave us the number after ARPA.
No, they really didn't.
No,
but it was pretty good.
We were, I want to say 8% or something like that. We're down to low, so it's less than 1 in 10.
Well, and then some of those people might actually be covered under non-official health insurance situations, using a concierge doctor subscription service kind of thing, or using a health share. Those are not considered insurance, but they still are receiving some modicum of health care.
That's debatable.
Well, yes, it is, absolutely, and that's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, the concierge. Yes, it's good for like immediate symptoms and stuff like that, and some basic med.
But if you break your leg, you still gotta go to the hospital.
Yeah, if you need that critical care, you need to treat cancer.
Yeah,
that's where the health insurance comes into play.
Is kind of critical, and you can't just jump in on a health insurance plan whenever you want. Now, they're not going to say you can't have it if you have cancer, but they're going to say you might have to wait for an enrollment period.
Yeah.
Being sick is not an enrollment period.
We saw a couple over the summer.
Yeah.
That did just that, or got lucky because we had a special enrollment period till the 15th of August.
Yeah. I had a couple of conversations in September, though.
Mm-hmm.
So what is our topic today?
Today's the open enrollment.
Oh, because we're smack in the middle of it.
We are.
Well, actually, no, we're at the beginning of it.
And it's going wild.
It's usually over the last few years, we've had a little bit of a ramp up. We kind of, people don't, I guess I should go take care of this. And some of the, there's always going to be early birds, folks who want to get things done early. They're just great. We're always glad to see them. But usually our appointments are, kind of sporadic for the first couple of weeks. And we have been booked completely all day, every day this week since the 1st of November.
Yes, and to give you an idea, this is the first year that we've done bookings on Sundays.
Yeah,
and
for November.
For November, and I think is Sunday filled out for our first week?
We've got 2 appointments on Sunday, so if you need an appointment on Sunday, we still have a spot.
So yeah, that's kind of remarkable. We didn't fully expect that, but
we were ready for it.
We're kind of testing the waters because we saw one of the biggest decreases in health insurance prices in the last 9 years. Oh yeah,
it's amazing how affordable some of these plans are. I mean, what's it like? What's the number for folks that can get a plan under $10? It's something ridiculously good. Or does that count for this year?
That was last year. It was like 40% was getting that.
That was the unemployment thing.
That was the unemployment thing. So it's really hard to say what we're going to see coming in.
But I've seen some of
the more.
I just got someone
ones.
A strong silver plan for $1.45.
Yeah.
So that kind of says it all, doesn't it? Not even bronze, flat out silver.
Flat out silver
with cost sharing.
With cost sharing, $1.45.
$1.45.
I've had a couple people come at me with their gold plans, and it's like, what's this cost sharing mean? And there are times when a gold plan is not the best plan.
No, if there's cost sharing because of your income, sometimes the silver plans are actually more valuable. You get better benefits for a lower cost.
Yes.
It's one of those weird little tricks. The cost sharing is when the insurance company, based on your income level, swoops in and takes care of reduces some of your out-of-pocket expenses.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that takes place at 250% of poverty level and lower.
Correct. And that can make a huge difference with somebody who's, struggling financially and needs good coverage.
And that's what it's designed for.
Exactly. That's the
literally
whole point.
was what it was designed for. Someone who's struggling with a chronic condition. Not, the numbers state that they're not making bank.
Right. And probably because of their chronic condition.
And it allowed them to get treated.
Right.
So it's cost sharing is one of those things that is largely misunderstood. It makes things confusing because there's 3 levels.
Mm-hmm.
So your silver plans basically become 4 plans.
Mm-hmm.
And when when someone says, "Oh, well, hey, I need, just give me a quote,"
you can't just do that.
You just can't do that.
It's so difficult to just how much is it going to cost? It's not a menu.
It's not a Slurpee machine.
Okay, that's the analogy you've been using.
I've been using that one
by that.
Because that is the most accurate. You just can't roll into your health insurance, pull a lever, and say, "I want health insurance. How much is it?"
Yeah, it just doesn't fly.
It just
we've tried. It just doesn't work. I mean, they have a quote engine on the Washington Health Plan Finder, but even that's got some variances.
There are some really. I haven't seen the difference yet. It takes me a couple weeks to get into the differences between a raw quote, what we call a raw quote, where we're just putting in that browse feature versus an actual quote.
Well, the biggest problem I have with the browse feature and doing a raw quote is if you've got a family of 2, one of whom is not seeking coverage because they are on Medicare or have other coverage elsewhere, and you've got one person who is seeking coverage. You can't tell the system that's happening. You still have to count for the whole household, but you can't. But it's going to quote for 2 people with the entire with it's just a mess.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. It's why you want to get in front of one of those 11 enrollment centers.
Yep, because we can actually do this, and there's never a commitment until you sign that last.
Even if you sign it, if you don't have money down,
it won't bind.
It's not bound.
And then it's so easy to disenroll if you get coverage from another source, or if you just move out of state. If you just say heck with it, yeah, it's really easy to disenroll. I don't recommend it, but you can certainly do it.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest things is yes, your premium can change throughout the year as your employment changes.
Right.
It's literally what it's designed to do.
Right. You want to make sure that your income is accurately reported.
Yes.
Because the IRS will reconcile with it in the spring.
And yes, and it's gotten a whole lot better with the American Rescue Plan, which goes through next year.
Correct.
And you will not pay more than 8.5% of your income.
Right. Even if you've got a high income, they're not going to charge you more than 8.5 of it. So instead of being a 400% financial cliff, if you used to be prior to last year, if your income was 400% above the national poverty level or greater, you basically would say you'd fall off the financial cliff.
Yeah.
You would be paying the full cost of the.
You'd be paying retail price.
You'd be paying retail price for the plan regardless. With this change from the American Rescue Plan, it took away the 400% and put in an 8.5% cap.
And I can tell when I've had a couple old timers who've done I make more than 50,000.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a problem anymore.
I know. I've had to talk a couple of people in this, like, no, let me do this for you. You will be surprised.
You will be surprised. If you have not had a new quote since June of this year, you really need to.
Really need to take another look.
I actually ran into one that for whatever reason, they weren't issued a quote.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not sure exactly what was behind that, but sometimes there's weird little calculations behind.
Well, no, because what I did, and because this is before the 15th, I reran it. And suddenly they got a couple $100 in tax credits.
Oh, very cool.
For December.
Oh, nice.
So they've been paying this all along. They're going to get reimbursed next year when they file their taxes.
They'll get some monies back.
They'll get some monies back, but it was suddenly they had an extra $600 for December.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah. And that's why we say, hey, if this before the 15th, you can get this done. Now, if you are experiencing a big change in income,
including going off of unemployment or going back to work or getting a different job.
Yeah, we recommend taking an appointment between December 1st and December 15th. And the reason why is because it will you're dealing with a live database. It changes. It'll change that final month's premium.
So if we mess with things too early, it could you could end up paying a different amount for December accidentally. And we don't want to make
no, it's not. It's being billed for an extra amount,
Yeah.
and if you're not paying attention to your bills,
you could end up in the hole.
It's not only you could end up in the hole. It's you don't drop enough down for a binding payment and end up with your policy canceled. We've seen this with previous years.
You got to be careful with that.
So that's one of those. It gets a little tricky out there. That's why. That December 1st through the 15th, that's the one if you're making big changes.
It's a super sweet spot. Yeah, and that's always said after Thanksgiving is the time to go. With the rule of 15, there might be a little more flexibility here, but I've been pushing later.
I will err later. We've been doing the getting the people in, and this has been the wildest enrollment so far.
Oh yeah.
We've got more people. As Susie said, we didn't ramp up. We just go and book appointments and crazy. It's no problem. We could get you. We had one gal that walked in. It's like, oh, is Susie available? It's like, let me get you an appointment.
We had to do it because I was booked out the rest of the day.
Yeah,
and Matt was up to his eyeballs and other stuff too. We just kind of had to make it work.
And yeah, we've got places that we can get people so that you're not sitting around waiting around for something to happen. We can get you in and out in record time.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it really depends on the questions, and because there are so many plans and varieties.
There's 25 this year.
There are 25. However, then you throw in what does this Apple Health plan?
Oh yeah.
What are the perks? We've got a blog post on that. It's like here are the common perks for this one. Yeah. Each one's slightly different. They can change at different times. They've got some awesome ones out there.
Oh yeah.
But the silver plans, you've got four different tiers for income. So that 25 is something out there about like 70.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's always where we really lean on the machines. Like, okay, this is what this means.
Right.
You'll leave with documents printed out.
Oh yeah.
And that's one of the things. You can come back later on and say, hey, does this? It's like, yes, this is really what it means. Because we're really good about making sure that people have documentation, knowing that they can use their plan. A lot of these plans have got usage before the deductible.
I think every plan has at least some usage that is deductible waived.
Correct.
Most of the plans have good usage before the deductible.
Yeah, like the primary care. Yeah, some have prescription coverage.
Well, they all have prescription coverage that's deductible waived. All of them. Even that one.
Even that one.
Even that one. That's the only benefit that's deductible waived on that one.
Okay. Yeah, because there's a few plans that we'll look at and just I'm
not even going to show you this one. It's garbage.
Yeah, if you really insist, it's like, yeah, we'll show you, and then we'll
show you why it's not.
Why is it the best thing about some of those plans is the out-of-pocket maximum. That is the most you'll pay in a calendar year. You can get run over by a moose, spend 3 months in the intensive care, come out, and that's the money that's the amount they'll bill you.
Doesn't matter how big your bill is, you're the most you will pay is that out of pocket.
Correct.
Maximum.
As long as you keep paying the premium, you're fine.
Exactly. And then if you have chipped away at the out of pocket maximum, the rest of your medical needs for the rest of the year are paid 100% by the plan.
Unless, and this is the caveat, there are some that have numbers, like you can do 20 chiropractic visits.
Oh yeah.
Once you click off the 20 chiropractic visits,
well, then you're into paying cash.
And then you're into paying cash.
Well, that's different.
That is different. However, that's one of those things that have got to be explained because that's sometimes a rude awakening, and we do our best to remove those rude awakenings from folks. Here's another example. There's a plan out there with a zero deductible.
Yeah. There is.
So that's one way I know that someone hasn't really looked at health insurance in a while because they say, oh, I got all these high deductibles. Really?
Here's one that isn't.
We've actually got a zero deductible plan, and we're not talking cost sharing or
special quality. It's a bronze level plan.
Literally out the gate, zero deductible.
Yep, it's copays for everything except for is it emergency room? No, maybe no emergency rooms.
It's funky.
There's one that's a 50% share.
Mm-hmm.
One of the benefits is a 50-50. It's like outpatient surgery or something.
Probably outpatient surgery.
Yeah, because emergency rooms like $2,500. And either way, if you want to know about it, we'll tell you about it.
Yeah, it's
new this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's replaced one of the ones that was it's either way. There's been some changes because the companies have come in and made some changes to their options.
Yeah,
which is this is their prerogative.
Yeah, and some are going to work better for others. Some of our favorite plans on the way. They got some new interesting plans. Right now is really dental month.
It really is.
Because you can purchase a plan that starts December 1st or January 1st. Mm-hmm. So you could get old rates because the rates did change for Delta Dental. Mm-hmm. And they've also got new plans coming out.
That was interesting because I really have.
You haven't done a January 1st one yet?
I have. Okay. And I did not see anything that I hadn't already seen.
Okay.
They pulled one out. They pulled two out, but they didn't put anything else in. I wonder if they're going to break them after the first of the year.
It's possible because there was one with orthodontics in there.
It's not there. Gotcha. Right now. Right now we have 4.
Yeah, they haven't popped it then.
They haven't broke it. So they'll break it after the first of the year.
Oh, those dirty dogs.
I know what to tell you.
Maybe they're waiting on approval.
Could be.
That was one of the things that came out in training last month. It's like, hey,
there's going to be these great new plans.
And
I went and shopped for one yesterday. I was like, oh crap.
And I literally focused on it. It was just like, oh, that's ortho. Yeah, that's ortho for family.
Yeah. So there's some. So we'll see.
We will see.
We'll see. But that's not going to stop.
That is the nature of once it's released, it's
Happy
released.
Happy Diwali, everyone! I didn't realize it was Diwali today.
What's Diwali?
Diwali is it's the festival of colors they celebrate in India. I'll be honest, I don't really know what more beyond that. I'm Googling now. It's festivity. Okay, Festival of Lights and one of the major festivals celebrated by Hindus, Jains, Sikhs, and some Buddhists. The festival usually lasts 5 days and is celebrated during the Hindu lunisolar month Kartika.
Mm-hmm. And right now it's raining and gray out.
Yeah. Well, probably not in India.
So let's
I've got clients coming, so we should probably. I need to wind it up.
We're gonna wind it up. Yes, we do mask protocols in our office.
Yes.
We almost went to an event today, and we got 2 steps. 2 steps toward the door. We were
reaching for our masks and looked in the window, and no one had masks on.
No one had masks on. No one was reaching for masks, and it was like, okay, we're gonna take care of hundreds of people the next couple months,
some of whom are immune compromised and can't, if they're looked at wrong, catch a cold.
And it's like it would be very irresponsible to walk in there just for a couple of business cards.
Exactly.
And that's what we do as business owners. Is we decide, to run our business responsibly.
Mm-hmm. And we hope other business owners do as well.
And very very community minded, because we don't want people getting sick in our community.
No. It's been hard enough.
And this is, we're fully vaccinated. It's not just about us; it's about our, our customers that we serve, and making sure that they stay healthy. Mm-hmm. And us, might have made a few bucks out of it, but it's not worth it.
Well, one thing we've said all along to our clients is when you come in, we work with us. You're one of our people. Mm-hmm. We take care of our people, and that means masks right now.
Yeah. We and it's not an Inslee thing. It was a CDC thing. Mm-hmm. We were one of the counties with
obscenely high numbers.
It wasn't obscenely high at the end because it was like 200 per every.
Well, it's obscenely high now.
We've pushed it back up. And so that's why the protocols are in place.
If for some reason you can't or won't use a mask, we have other options to visit with us. We can do online, we can do video chats, we can do phone appointments. yeah, we are accommodating. We've established accommodations for every angle.
Oh yeah, we've been doing
as
that.
best we can.
We've been
doing
that
for years.
We've been doing that for years.
It's just we were ready for something weird to happen.
Yeah, because we take care of people all over the state, and we were really focused, in 2019 to work to serve Okanagan County more.
Yeah.
And so we had the video in, we had the devices in to make those accommodations more easily and more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
So it was no really big deal for us to keep with those protocols and keep extending out.
Yeah, the fact that we had the tools in place made it that much easier for us to continue the process, and we just refined it a bit.
Yeah,
upgraded some of the bits and pieces, and got new cameras and stuff.
Yeah, and we're gonna have fun through this enrollment. We did one leading into it was a guest piece of candy, and we had someone win. It was 382 pieces of candy.
It
was a lot of candy, but she was going to share it with her coworkers. That was the first one. The second one is we're doing Who's a Good Boy?
Who's a Good Doggo?
Who's a Good Doggo? Pictures of dogs we're sharing on our Facebook page. So if you go out to the Susie Health Solutions Facebook page, you'll see a ton of just cute dogs.
Yes, and the occasional cat.
And the occasional cat. We will be selecting whoever's got the most likes, shares on their post for Black Friday.
Right, we're gonna do that on the Friday after Thanksgiving, and whoever has the most will get a wonderful prize courtesy of Earthwise Pets.
Well, not courtesy of. Well, they helped us pick it out. They helped us pick it up.
It's courtesy of us, but it came when we bought stuff at Earthwise Pets.
Yeah, because we because we have a limit. It's some of what we're doing. We will have something probably for December, and probably for that last period of January 15th when everything's finally shut down.
Yes.
So we're going to have a lot of fun between now and then.
Yes.
So yeah, enroll. If you haven't priced, get us seriously shop. It's no big deal.
No, really
there are 11 enrollment centers. We just happen to be in Wenatchee. We serve the entire state. The furthest out we've done is Spain.
Yeah.
Susan's got me beat.
Yeah, I got you beat. He had Alaska prior to this, but I helped someone who was moving to Washington State from Spain.
Yeah. Technology, I had the satellite phone.
Yes, I had. I don't remember what I had, but I didn't have a big charge on my phone for it. that was international calling.
International calling. So yeah, we do.
And I'll do that for you.
We've done that before. So yeah, we have fun. We take care of people. And it's going to be a fun enrollment season. And if you need, multiple times of explaining things, we've done that for folks too.
Absolutely.
It's no big deal.
We do not hesitate.
So get your coverage. Be safe out there. Get
your appointment. Come see us and talk to us. We'll do our best to help you.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do.
That's what we do.
All right, have a lovely day.
Have a lovely day.
Bye.
We will be here all this week.
And
all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.